So today I'm going to talk about irritable bowel syndrome and then an herbal combination that we use, which is two herbs, Shen and Tan Xiang, and how those herbs can sometimes be used for irritable bowel syndrome. And first of all, irritable bowel syndrome is the common abbreviation is IBS. And irritable bowel syndrome is characterized by having abdominal pain, and it can be different types of pain. It can be like a colicky pain, it can be just cramping type pain. It can manifest in a variety of ways, but you typically have some pain in the abdomen. And then it can also affect your bowel habits. Like you could have more diarrhea or more constipation, or sometimes have constipation, sometimes have diarrhea, but it tends to cause irregular bowel movements and along with pain. Some people notice that it gets worse with stressful situations. And one of the difficult things about irritable bowel syndrome is it can be hard to diagnose because there's not necessarily blood tests or an x-ray or something like that that you can just snap your fingers and find the diagnosis. A lot of times it takes a lot of testing, trying to find other things that might be going on that cause it, and really just ruling out a number of other things that can cause similar symptoms. And so it can be kind of frustrating. And then it's also a difficult thing to treat from a Western medicine standpoint. There's a lot of patients who don't get good relief from the standard treatments. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about Chinese medicine and how the Chinese medicine perspective on irritable bowel syndrome is. So in Chinese medicine, again, we're always going to look at your core body constitution and what type of internal harmony or disharmony you have within your organ system. So with uh, GI issues, definitely we look at the stomach organs, but we also look at all the other organs like the lungs, the heart, the kidneys, and see if there's anything else that's going on that may be the underlying problem that's causing you to have these stomach issues. And so one of the things that I've seen happen with patients with irritable bowel syndrome is something called qi and blood stagnation. And it can be predominantly one or the other, or both, or a mix. And so what happens in Chinese medicine is a lot of times pain symptoms can be caused by poor flow of blood or qi in the body. And by that, in we talk about in Western medicine, we talk about how the blood flows through the arteries and the veins and through the vessels throughout the body. Similarly, in Chinese medicine, the qi and the blood flow through the channels of the body, or the meridians. And when that flow is impeded, or slowed down or stagnates, you get symptoms of pain oftentimes. And so qi stagnation, blood stagnation is a common thing that can cause irritable bowel syndrome. Not always, but like I said, I've seen that happen several times before. So when that is the case, then one of the things we do is we try to improve the qi and the blood flow and break up the stasis and get the qi and blood flowing better that way. So the two herbs I was going to talk about is Shen and Tan Xiang, and this is actually these two herbs were combined in a classic formula called Shen Yin, and that's a classic formula in Chinese medicine. It consists of those two herbs plus one additional herb. And it was a formula that was really designed to help improve qi flow and blood flow, especially the blood flow. It has a strong blood moving aspect in it. And when the blood starts moving in, when it breaks up the stagnation, that's when the pain symptoms start improving. That's when your digestion starts becoming more regular. And that's when even the bowel movements start becoming more regular. It can improve the diarrhea or constipation, depending on which one you're having. And so this formula and this combination of herbs, Danshen really focuses on moving the blood, and Tanxiang and it focuses on improving the qi flow in the body. And so when you combine it, it treats both the blood and the qi flow, and it can help treat irritable bowel syndrome. So it's been something that we've used to great success to help several of our patients with irritable bowel syndrome. Of course, like always, we never do things just in a rigid wooden manner. It's not that you just come in and say, I've been diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome, and we hand you this combination. We always have to look at the underlying symptoms, and you might have something else which needs a completely opposite treatment, and this may not be the right treatment for you, and we'd have to individually parse that out. But a lot of people do have irritable bowel syndrome related to qi and blood stasis, and in those scenarios, Dan Shen Tan Xiang is a good combination to treat that. All right, we'll see you next time.